Hey folks, it's Greg and Jan with Strange RV Tours. Today we're in Dallas, Texas, and we're at the Dallas Heritage Village. This village was, I guess, one of the early parts of Dallas. We're real close to downtown Dallas, but there's a lot of historic buildings here, and we're gonna check it out. There's buildings that were built way back in like the 1850s and possibly before, so we're gonna check it out and see what they look like and how modern they were.
Yeah.
Okay, we are here at the railroad depot, and this railroad depot was built in 1886 to 1887. It was originally located in Fate, Rockwall County, Texas. Half of the depot, this picture here, was originally used as a hay storage. This is them moving the train depot. We'll go inside and check it out. They probably had this ramp here originally so people could pull their luggage up. That cactus is turning into rock. All right, let's go in the depot. Well, it's kind of a dreary place. Isn't it dark?
Scales.
Yeah.
Guess this be where they do the freight. Open the door and load it onto the trains.
I imagine. I can't imagine what else it would be for. A door to push people out when the train's coming.
Yeah.
This reminds me of being at Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah. Pretty cool. There's another dentist setup.
They had a lot of dentists here apparently, huh? It's because they had that huge ice cream factory close by.
There you go.
Yeah. Morse code.
Telegraph.
Yeah. A young dentist for a young city, John Henry Holliday arrived in Dallas in 1873 carrying state-of-the-art dental tools like these. He was a talented dentist and even won prizes at an early local fair for handcrafted dentures. John also liked gambling in saloons and was a fair shot with a revolver, so he soon saw the inside of a few Dallas jail cells. He then went west to try a new career and a new name, Doc Holliday.
Wow. That's cool.
Folks, there's history all around you. You just have to go out and find it. Guess this would be where you'd purchase your ticket at this window. Yeah, there's the arrival and departure sign. This was the type of luggage that people would use when they were traveling.
The trunks.
The trunks, yeah.
Fancy.
Gorgeous. Built in 1904, the Worth Hotel's original location was 1108 Denton Drive in Carrollton, Texas. This is what it looked like before they moved it. That's what it looks like today. A lot better. All right. right, in addition to providing rooms, you could get a meal here for 25 cents. Most of the people that stayed in this hotel were traveling salesmen. They would call them drummers because they would drum up business for their employers.
Can I just take a quick look?
Yeah.
Stairway.
This was the dining room. This looks like it would have been the business room and what'd you call it, the lounge?
Parlor?
Parlor, yeah. And this must have been the caretaker's room down here.
The big suite. How about that?
Ah, the presidential suite, the honeymoon suite.
Yeah.
All right.
What? I feel tall in here.
Do you? Oh, the ceiling's low, huh?
Yeah. How cool is this?
Wow. Yeah, that's only about a 6.5 foot tall ceiling. Maybe 7 feet.
Look at this.
That's low.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Somebody else is here.
This is room number 1. Wow.
Neat. Janet's trying to get out on this balcony.
Yeah.
She's thinking it's Mardi Gras. She wants to be on the balcony.
There you go. It's neat. You know, beds and stuff.
Scary staircase.
Yeah.
Bump your head going down. Okay, we've got a doctor's office here from 1890. It was originally located at 1017 East Jefferson in Oak Cliff, Texas. This is what it originally looked like before they moved it. Built in the Queen Anne style with jigsaw, gingerbread trim, bay windows, and decorative shingles, this house originally had only 3 rooms. Built by a tract developer who defaulted on his loan, the cottage was then sold at auction and was a rental residence before being moved to the museum in 1976. The building now houses a doctor's office, an examining room, an apothecary's workroom. Before 1900, most physicians were general practitioners. Only a few hours each day could be devoted to office visits, since the doctor made house calls to seriously ill patients. Sometimes the doctor prepared his own prescription, otherwise he would share quarters with a trained druggist. So let's go check out the horrors of a doctor's office around the turn of the century. The last century, not this century. In 1890.
The waiting area?
I guess, yeah. There we go. That looks like another dentist chair. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, if you took me here in 1900, I'd be crying.
Forceps for a baby.
Yeah.
It is cabinets.
Wow. This is where they would prepare prescriptions. This is where the evil genius would come up with the stuff that he'd put together to fix you. There's a bunch of containers here with words that I have no idea what they are. Old sesame, licksod boar.
They're abbreviated.
I guess.
That way the people won't know what it is.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Here, eat this rat paste. It'll make you better. Okay. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Scary times, man. Going to the doctor here.
Really cool.
Not the best lighting for a surgical procedure.
Really.
We have a couple of residents here on the property that we'll take you over to introduce you to. Actually, it's a couple of donkeys, I guess, or mules, burros, I don't know, but they're huge. These are the size of real horses.
Yeah. I'm gonna say hi.
You don't want to take a kick from one of these.
They're big.
Hey,
Hey, look at those big old ears, y'all. You okay?
hi boy. Okay.
Good. I think you still have your winter coat, don't you? Put your ears back for, huh?
He is huge.
Yep.
Look, stand up there next to him so you can see how
Yeah.
big these rascals are. Watch them grab your hair. That's the biggest donkeys or mules I've ever seen.
Well, I haven't been up close to very many except for in Oatman.
Yeah.
Oatman.
Well, I've been around several of them, but none of them that size.
That's awesome.
Guys, I can't believe the size of these chickens and roosters. This rooster right here,
Massive.
he just kind of stood up, and he's probably, I'm not joking, maybe 2.5 feet tall.
Making a racket.
Donkeys are getting jealous. Wow.
Huge.
I did want to show you guys something that Janet noticed here. They have a storm cellar behind this home. If we can get back there over to it without a problem. The home is being restored right now, so they're not letting anybody in it. But back here is a storm cellar in case there's a tornado, which there's quite often tornadoes come through this area. And my grandmother had one of these in her backyard, and she had not used it for about 10-15 years in Arkansas. And we visited her once, and my father decided to open it up and try to clean it out for her in case she had a tornado come through. And it was about 4 foot deep in water with snakes all crawling through it.
Oh my God.
So if you decide to get a storm shelter in the future, you might want to check them every couple weeks and just make sure they're not filling with water, because you might have to run down inside of there with the snakes during a tornado.
Wow. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. Now this is the house I was wanting to talk about.
Uh-oh. Guarantee it's haunted then, isn't it? Oh, you got something on you there, girl.
Yeah, they say there's some movements in there. I don't know. It looks, I would think a lot of these buildings would be haunted.
Would you?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a beautiful home.
Well, you figure as old as these buildings are, there's probably at least one person died in each one of them.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
Love the porch. Back in the Victorian times, whenever you'd have a porch, almost all of them would be painted in this, I think they called it haint blue, underneath the balcony here. Yeah, it's that haint blue color. It's supposed to ward off evil spirits. I guess they don't like baby blue. All right, let's see this marker for this house. I didn't check to see if it's open, Jan.
I'll check it.
The Sullivan House, built in 1885, original location was 1724 Ackerd Street in Dallas. Built only a few blocks away from the Dallas Heritage Village at the corner of Ackerd and Beaumont. In the fashionable Cedars neighborhood, this house was occupied for nearly 100 years by Daniel F. and Mary Sullivan family. Because Sullivan was a plumbing and gas fitting contractor, the house boasts an indoor bath and early gas lighting. Its design included fluted iconic columns on a wraparound porch, as well as bay windows, decorative shingles, gingerbread elements. Originally a separate kitchen, laundry house, and carriage sat behind this structure. The Cedars was home to many prominent merchants and civic leaders, and Daniel Sullivan served on the Dallas City Commission in the early 20th century. This is what the house looked like before they moved it. And this is what it looks like today, restored. Gorgeous.
Just in the barely.
All right, guys, we're gonna walk up on the porch again here and see if we can't see a little bit more. All right, this property is said to be haunted. And originally, when we came here, the first house that we went to, the Millermore Mansion, I believe is what it was, we knew that one was said to be haunted, but we didn't know this one was supposed to be haunted too. And the park rangers here actually told us that this building is more haunted than the Millermore house. I keep thinking I'm gonna put my camera up to one of these windows and there's gonna be a face staring back at me.
Yeah.
A ghostly face. I love this porch though.
Me too.
See if we can see any of the windows on the other side here. There we go.
You see?
A little bit. Let's walk around to the back of the property. It's a big home. It didn't look that big from the front, and it didn't have a kitchen inside the building. It had a kitchen in a separate building, so I'm assuming that it no longer has a kitchen inside unless they've put one in during the restoration process. A lot of people did that back in the day. They would put the kitchen away from the main house so that if there was a fire that caught on fire, it might burn the kitchen down, but it's not going to burn the entire property down. As you can imagine, buildings across the street here are inside this complex, but they're not listed on their brochure that they gave us. So I don't know if these are homes that they just took over and haven't opened up yet. I bet it is. They've got signs on them. Let's go check one of them out.
I mean, these weren't moved here. These were here.
Yeah, these were obviously original homes here. It says, why is this building closed? Let's see what it is. In the early 1900s, a line of similar houses used to march up and down Park Avenue facing Dallas First Park, known as City Park. They have offices inside for the education department here in Dallas.
There you go.
That's why they're not open. All right, folks, we hope you enjoyed our visit here to the Dallas Heritage Village. A lot of old buildings, old structures. This is what it was like to live in Dallas in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Fascinating place. If you decide to come out here, allow at least 4 hours. We were here for 2.5 and not enough time. So beautiful place though. Hope you guys have a great day. Check out our Patreon site, and until next time, see you again soon.